Hello, Brian here with part 10 of the modeling series. This time around we're going to be doing the wings. This will be more just kind of a talk through as I go about adding some detail and then closing all of the edges off here and fiddling with this weird shape here and this back piece as well. As you can see, we'll be basically focusing mainly on this closed off part and these front weird angles here. Other than that, the rest of it's pretty quick. So go ahead and get started here. I'm going to grab a couple pieces from, see where we are, layer 1. Just go layer 1. We want the wings. We want this back piece here. Then we want this little chunk. So we can just move that to layer 4. And then we're going to go ahead and turn off some options here in the mirror modifier. I'm going to turn off the x-axis on the wings, on this block here, and then this one as well. Oops. Go ahead and apply this mirror on that one. Oops. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete those and we'll just mirror it later. Alright, that's all we need to get started. I'll go ahead and select the wing, go in edit mode. I'm gonna move the cursor down here. Any of these points along that line will work. So you go in the back view, 3D cursor pivot point, and select all the vertices. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, rotate that. I'm going to just make this outer edge somewhat parallel to that there. Alright, I'm going to side view and got to actually move all of these vertices up so we have the consistent width across the edge here. I'm just going to eyeball it and grab that point, same thing along the z-axis. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and add some thickness to these wings. Select all the vertices, E to extrude, and then Alt S, so it'll scale it along the normal, so it'll give you an even thickness all across the wing. Go about so thick, however you like, really. See, the only thing new we will be doing this time is the Inset Tool, which allows you to inset faces evenly across the selection. So in this case, we want to groove. I want to actually undo that extrude, and I'm going to redo that. Extrude, Alt S. Just want a little bit thicker. Alright, now go into face select mode and then Alt right click on one of these vertical edges so you get this whole you can see you get the whole edge loop around there. And then you hit I to inset the faces, and you can see that it's doing an inset, and we want a little trench right in the middle of the wing. I'm going to do it fairly narrow because I want to do some detailing on these two portions. So when you do that, I'm going to Alt right click on this middle bit, and we'll E to extrude, and then Alt S to scale it along the normals, and I'm just going to bring it in just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to Alt right click this outer loop. I'm going to hit I to inset. And when I'm working with something that narrow, it gets a little finicky. Go about right there. And you can also see you have controls over here as well. And I just undid that, so I'm going to hit I to inset. About right there. I'm going to Alt right click on that center part, E to extrude, and then Alt S, and this one I'm going to bring out a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same, Alt right click, I to inset, and do the same thing as I just did on the top one. Alt right click, E to extrude, and then Alt S, and bring that out a little bit. Make sure I'm kind of running even here. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, we got the detailed edge all around that, and we want to actually cut this wing now. I'm going to vertex select here and Control R to loop cut. You want it just not in the center between these two edges, but just a little above. Go about right there. And then go ahead and select all of these vertices and hit P to separate the selection. And then we're going to move this to layer 1 because we don't need this right now because there's not much we need to do to it. Now we'll go ahead and just work on all this back part, all this piece here. First, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this piece, just bring that back to that edge. And same with this one, I'll just bring that back. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and center my cursor, and I'm going to add a cube. And we're going to make the make this area here to close the gap between the wings. So cube created, edit mode. I'm going to go into face select. I'm going to select the top and bottom and the back face there and just delete those. I'm going to go vertex select. I'm go ahead and start shaping the edge. I'm going to just bring it on the inside of the wing a little bit. Keep that straight and bring that right there. Bring these both down so I can zoom in and work with them. Just going to do this kind of quick here. I'm just going to E to extrude that. And extrude, and I'm going to grab that along the y-axis here. Let's see. There we go. Just grab that and bring that back to the edge. I'm going to side view. I'm going to go ahead and Control R, loop cut that right in the center. Get rid of these bottom bits. And then you can go ahead and actually, I'm going to alt click that. You can just go ahead and bring that down into the wing. Oops. Where are we at? There we go. That's the last two bits. Alrighty. I'm going to actually mirror that on the Z-axis and turn the clipping on. Actually, I need one more loop here on the inside. So let's Control R. Just gonna leave that selected. And grab that along the Y-axis and just bring it to that point there. And then select this top vertice. And we'll close that off. There we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and shape this bit up here. Let's see. I think I'm using the wrong folder for this, but alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a little bit. So Alt right click on that. Alt right click there and drag this down. Man, go by right there. And let's see, I want to loop cut. That's arbitrary right now. So Control R and another loop cut. Do that about right there. Make a bit of a lip. So I'm going to select these and bring those up to about right there. Drag that down and then select this loop. Actually, just select that front, those front vertices there. And I'll bring those up. A little more. There we go. Now for this back side, I actually want to get rid of these faces here. Let's go into face select and we'll for those back ones, bottom one, and these top one here. Go ahead and delete those. And then select that edge there. I'm going to Shift D to duplicate that and P to separate that selection. I'm actually just going to grab that on the X-axis and bring it out a little bit. Now you can actually just select these inside vertices and delete those. Undo that. Select those inside vertices and then dissolve. So it just leaves us with that edge there, and then we'll just E to extrude. So grab that out. Actually, I'm going to grab that bottom one, bring it down to about that center line there, and then we'll bring these out. And then just shape it up. Alright, and that dissolve function we just did is actually works along with faces as well. So if you had, let's see, and go to face select and say you select multiple faces. You can dissolve those into one face, and it works with edges as well too. Let's go ahead and actually we don't need to close that off yet. Now let's get this last part of the wing shaped up here. Move the wings to layer 6 and go into face select and actually select these faces. I'm going to hit shift F4 to bring the layer 4 visible again. I'm going to hit I to inset and bring that and it worked for the most part. Let's and we can fix that pretty easy because we want it to run along that edge there. So you go to layer 6. Want to just get rid of these inside faces here. Let's go ahead and delete all those. Then we're going to edge select, and we'll select that new edge we have. Shift F4 again to get the layer 4 visible, and we're going to actually just hit G and then Z. Oops, turn off the snap tool here. G and then Z, and we'll bring this down. A little bit of shape there. Alright, going back into vertex. I'm going to just have to eyeball this here. Kind of retain the shape. So let's see, go. Let's go in the front view here and kind of use these two windows to. I'm just going to grab it and bring it back, and then actually go into top view. And we'll just go ahead and reshape this. Let's see, just grab all of those. Actually, these I'm going to bring back to just that edge. Alright, let's see what we got here. Select these outside ones here. I think I want to bring these down a bit. And yeah, just so we have a little bit of an angle there. Excuse me. And grab that along the Z. There we go, that'll work. I just want a bit of an angle all the way around. Oops. Alright, now he's got to close that bit off there and make it look halfway decent. And see if I can remember how I did this. Just gonna go ahead and try a few things here. Let's see, I'm gonna select that point, and we'll select that one. And I'm gonna just actually kind of eyeball it and drag them down a little bit here until they close that off. Let's see. Actually, that'll work. Actually, we gotta go back farther. Let's see, go into back view, select all of these back points on this chunk, and grab those on the x-axis there, bring these back down. Alright, and I'm going to actually select this inside bit here, and I'm going to bring that out a little bit. As you can see, it's all about just jacking around with it until you find the shape you want and the look you want. Let's see. Bring this up a bit. I'm going to actually select all of that. Go back into back view and then make sure I got the right selection here. Yeah, I just want that set of vertices. I'm going to grab this, bring it up. A little bit there. Oops, I'm going to do the same with the back part of the wing. Just those vertices, and we'll just match that up. There we go. And go back to layer 4. Layer 4 and layer 6. There we go. And I'm going to go back into back view, and I'm just going to fix this up real quick. Grab these inside ones. There we go. I'll go with that, and let's just finish this little bit here. And that was the only trick, was getting what I wanted out of this corner here. Actually, I might bring that down. Switch that to median so I can. A little bit of a different shape there. Okay, actually that'll work. Now on this bottom bit, and we're going to actually go ahead and select the wings. And go ahead and apply the mirror. I'm going to actually enable clipping first and then apply the mirror. And then we can go ahead and select the bottom wings and hit P to separate that selection. So now we got that one we can work on without messing with the top. And see, I'm going to back view. Real quick there, whoops. Just trying to visualize this here. Okay, now on this bottom piece, I want to create this little shape here. First, I want to go into back view. Give me a better view down here. I want to actually see, move this in a little bit. Let's see, I'll go about right there. I'm going to see what I can get away with here. Select that section. Reshape that. So I'm going to pull. Pull these up here. And move this down a little bit. There we go. Now let's see what we can do here. So go ahead and move. I'm going back in the back view here. And give me a little bit of a visual here. So I'm going to move this down to match this little point here. And I'll select that. I'm going to drag this down here. A little bit of a lip down here. And I'm going to select this edge. And I'm going to extrude that up. I only need it to meet here. So just create the shape I want. I could probably just close this off. Let's see. That point, hit F. Whoops, I should have picked that point as well. Hit F. That works. And then we can actually just fill this in. Let's see. So I'm going to mirror this down. I want to make sure all that's... Make sure this bottom is zeroed out. I'm just going to pick that one 0, that one 0 along the z-axis, and then we can go ahead and object mode and add a mirror modifier along the z-axis there. Let's turn on the clipping. And then we just have to actually, excuse me, pick that point, and I'll just pick that point arbitrarily at the moment, and this one, and hit F to create a face. And we'll clean this up here in the next part. I just wanted to close it off to see what it looked like. Make sure I had the right shape and all of that, and everything looks good. And that is the majority of the wings there. And we're gonna, part 2, I'll go ahead and we'll clean up actually the whole model, which really shouldn't take that long, because I'm just deleting faces that we don't need, and like just closing off this part, cleaning up the this open area here as well, and cleaning up this bottom part. I just wanted to make sure we had the shape right, and everything looks fine, so we'll leave it at that, and be back in part 2.